On to the severe weather across the country. In Duluth, Minnesota, temperatures dropped to -19, and the wind chill makes it feel like -40. Hundreds of businesses, schools, and government offices were closed down. Now, record-breaking cold across the country is due to something called a polar vortex. In Chicago, Garrett Tenney shows us how people are dealing with it.
Layers, that's the key. A lot of layers.
Chicago in January is usually cold, but thanks to what's called a polar vortex system, it's unusually cold in the second city. A beautiful scene as Lake Michigan let off some steam this morning. The frigid, dense air threatening long-held weather records in places used to the cold, like Minneapolis and Fargo, registering at a bone-chilling 20 degrees below zero just after 8 this morning. These people in Minot, North Dakota started their day with a brisk run to the grocery store.
Have you felt worse?
I don't think so. I've lived here a while. I think this is doing it pretty good.
Indianapolis making it illegal to hit the roads, setting its city's travel emergency to red. It's the first time this warning has been issued since the 1970s. The deep freeze has meant frustration at the nation's airports. On Monday alone, 1 out of every 10 domestic flights never took off.
I've been at 3 different airports since yesterday at 10 a.m.
JetBlue trying to catch up with weather-related delays and cancellations at 3 New York airports and Boston's Logan International. The airline stopping service there tonight and ramping back up on Tuesday afternoon.
So you make do and you bring some short stories with you to read.
These conditions are punishing. Downtown, it is 12 degrees below zero right now, but with the wind chill, it feels more like -39 degrees. In temperatures like that, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes for somebody's skin to freeze.
And the cold snap even extended to the box office.
Is howling like this swirling storm inside.
The movie Frozen iced the competition over the weekend box office. The Disney animated film claimed the #1 spot, making $20 million. Have you and your daughter seen that, Christina?
Yes, and it's
so good.
So good and so appropriate right now. I think that Princess Elsa right now is in charge. All right, anyone who's seen it knows what I'm talking about. Okay, let's take a look at those temperatures, and you can see into the Midwest, into the Great Lakes. Yes, it is bitterly cold. Just watch the areas of purple as you can see that cold air diving right down into the East Coast. We'll continue to see very dangerous wind chills. You can see near 40 below in Minneapolis, Chicago, Cleveland. Another bad day tomorrow, and then most of this is going to slowly start to clear out, so that is good news. As we know, the big game in Green Bay, we sent our own Jim Crandall there, and he has been tweeting all day long talking about the weather. He started off this morning, said he woke up to -13 with a -26 wind chill. He then tweeted this picture, the car showing 17 below. Keep in mind, car temperatures sometimes are a little bit inaccurate. Here's a look, though. You can see blowing snow across. If you want to check out his Twitter feed, he also has this picture, which I thought was great. He said, look, there's ice on the inside of the wind chill. Of course, he did complain just a little bit, but hey, he certainly roughed it out. The 49ers were able to get a very big win, and now they head to Carolina, where it's certainly not going to be as cold. In fact, Mark, we may see temperatures in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a moment. I got a lot of comments about Crandall and his beanie yesterday. Did you get those comments?
I thought it was very appropriate, yes, but I thought it was very appropriate.
Absolutely. Hey, even colder, as we said. Green Bay, as you said, what was it, -17? Yuck. A lot warmer, though, at 49er headquarters today in Santa Clara. The head coach, Jim Harbaugh, he's still giddy about his team's performance in their playoff win yesterday.
I haven't found anything that makes you feel more like a man than, to go, not only beat your opponent, but, you're beating their crowd. And then the elements in a playoff game. And both teams have to beat the elements, but to beat in a playoff game, to beat the elements, to beat the opposing team, to beat the opposing crowd, just nothing quite makes you feel like a man like that I found.
He's always entertained. Now, I put on my Christina Warner beanie and checked the forecast for this coming Sunday in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, Christina, here we go. 62 degrees with a 30% chance of rain, right? No problem. 49ers, though, will have to play a whole lot better than when they hosted the Panthers back in November at the Stick, right? Carolina won that game 10-9, and they sacked Colin Kaepernick 6 times in that game. No Michael Crabtree, though, in that one. And Vernon Davis, remember, left early with a concussion. Coach Harbaugh saying today, hey, that makes his team more dangerous.
Makes him feel like a man.
More like a man, right?
It does. Thank you, Mark. The Super Bowl is less than a month away, and the big game will bring big money to the Big Apple. New York City expects more than 500,000 tourists to visit because of the Super Bowl.
All told, according to the NFL, the Super Bowl is going to generate as much as $600 million for the city and state communities, and I'll take that in a New York minute.
And you can watch the Super Bowl live right here on Fox 40, February 2nd.
Leading our national connection tonight.